What if I told you that every behavior, even the ones you hate, was trying to help you? Sounds weird, right? In this video, we'll discuss one of the most powerful ways to understand human behavior and the 5 things you'll gain from doing so. Imagine billions of people with the knowledge on how to become experts on themselves and then the desire to continuously apply that knowledge to become the best versions of themselves. Hello, beautiful, amazing people. It's your friend Kristen. Welcome to Life's Limitless Potential. As a college professor, certified life coach, health and wellness expert, confidence, assertiveness, and mental IQ master, I've spent years mastering the tools that rebuild people from the inside out. I've learned the hard way through a life that could have broken me, but instead built me. Here, I'll share all I've learned: knowledge, wisdom, science, psychology, spirituality, mindset tools, as well as my personal transformational journey. Not just to empower others that are striving to be the best versions of themselves, but to equip them with the tools to make it possible. Let's create a movement of self-mastery where knowledge meets action and potential becomes limitless. Welcome back, self-mastery mates. It's your friend Kristen, and I hope your week is starting off fantastic. We are going to continue our study of the beautiful attitudes. However, this week we're also going to start a new series called Storytime, because I promised I'd share my transformational journey, and I have to share the before and the after in order to demonstrate the transformation. And I really want people to understand why this is so important to me, why this work is so important to me. So expect our first storytime video to drop this Thursday. So, as I mentioned, we're continuing with the beautiful attitudes, which are a set of constructive generalized perceptions. And if you haven't seen the previous videos in this series, especially the first one, I recommend you going back and reviewing those. The first one, especially because it provides an overview of how important perception is and how it shapes our reality and the choices, decisions, everything we do and see. And the beautiful attitudes, like I said, are constructive, generalized perceptions. So understanding perception is really what adds the power behind the series. But before we get into beautiful attitude number 3, I just want to do a quick review of beautiful attitude 1 and 2. So let's do a quick review. So far, we've discussed how perception shapes our reality, and our perceptions are built upon our internal belief system. So having constructive, generalized perceptions helps us to see things from a logical perspective and emotionally regulate so that we can be proactive in our communication and decision making. Okay, so beautiful attitude number 1 states that the mind and body affect one another. So understanding that your mind and body are in constant communication, and your thoughts change your body and your body changes your thoughts, allows you to regain control of your nervous system and demonstrate who's in charge. Beautiful attitude number 2 states that every behavior is driven by a positive intention. Now, seeing things from this perspective allows us to separate the behavior and the person. It helps us view things from a learning perspective. So we understand, although the behavior may be unhealthy, the need underneath it is human. So we're going to jump right into beautiful attitude number 3. Behavior is geared towards adaptation. Recognizing this offers huge advantages for understanding people, improving yourself, and solving real-world problems. Having a generalized constructive perception that behavior is geared towards adaptation is basically seeing behavior as purposeful responses to the environment, and rather than flawed or simply good or bad. This mindset changes how we see people and increases empathy. If behavior is adaptive, then change isn't about fixing a person. This perspective allows you to see behavior as functional, context dependent, and changeable. It promotes empathy, effectiveness, and smarter adaptation rather than judgment or frustration. Applying this perception helped me stop asking, what's wrong with this person? And instead, I started asking, what environment would this response make sense? This allowed me to stop fighting people and start understanding them. Number 2, it improves communication. When you assume behavior is adaptive, you're more likely to ask, what behavior or what problem is this behavior trying to solve? Viewing behavior from this perspective allows us to respond intelligently to circumstances. And this reduces judgment and increases compassion, which sets the stage for healthy, purpose-driven communication instead of emotional reaction. 3, it improves problem solving. If behavior is adaptive, then it's not about fixing the person, it's about changing the environment or the incentives or teaching a better adaptation. We can start to ask, what is this behavior trying to do? Is it to avoid danger, gain approval, reduce stress, or get a reward? Even behaviors that seem harmful now often served a purpose in a different context. This is huge in psychology, management, parenting. You learn to target conditions, not character. Number 4, it supports resilience and growth. Seeing behaviors as adaptive means past behaviors helped you survive something. And if it's no longer serving you, then you have no purpose of keeping it. You have no reason to keep it. This naturally creates a growth-oriented mindset. This worked before, but now I need a new tool. Strategy instead of shame. Number 5, it helps you understand yourself. This perspective is especially powerful when you turn it inward. You tell yourself is so important and affects everything you do. I always stop and listen to myself, and when I'm feeding myself, and especially if I hear the word never. Like, for instance, the other day, I was just thinking, I love to dance, and I've been on a self-taught dance journey for the last 3 years. It's been absolutely amazing. I'd love to share what I've learned with you. But the other day, I heard myself say, oh, well, I'll never be as good as a professional dancer. And whenever I hear the word never, I stop because I want to make sure what I'm feeding myself is accurate. And although yes, I started dance late in life, and the chances, of me being as good as the professional dancers that I watch is slim, but not impossible. So instead of saying never, I said, it's not, I probably won't, but it is possible. Because what we tell ourselves is what we work towards. Our words are self fulfilling prophecies. So when I'm behaving in a manner that is unclear or not getting the desired result, instead of calling myself names or telling myself that, like I'm lazy, or just instead of self sabotaging, I start to ask, okay, wait, what am I really trying to do? And how can I do it more effectively? Behaviors that persist do so because they were reinforced, not because they were irrational. Understanding this allows me to work with human nature, not against it. My journey has taught me that learning to understand myself and accept myself, my flaws, and my strengths has made me no longer have that desire to really fit in or change my behavior to fit in, because I'm okay with me. We all have an innate desire to love and be loved, except those maybe that suffer from psychopathy. But I've learned it's a reciprocal process. And the more I love myself, the more I'm able to love others. And the more I love others, the more I love myself. It's a self fulfilling cycle that provides so much freedom and so much joy. So, the benefit of seeing behavior as adaptive is simple yet powerful. You gain empathy, improved communication, better problem solving skills, a better understanding of yourself, and self control. Behavior isn't random, it's information. If this helped you see behavior differently, hit like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments. What's one behavior you're thinking about adapting? Thank you so much for your precious time. I can't wait to see you again this week with story time.